So, obviously, this isn't a garage movie review, because there's no garage in front of me. I kind of miss having the Pam Grier over my shoulder. I'll take Jake and Elwood instead, but... So I just watched Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. Going into this movie, I was a little on the fence. I made a video on this channel explaining that I'm a little not fond of the music biopic genre. They all seem to follow the same tropes. One of them, for instance, being that they're all titled after their biggest hit. Bohemian Rhapsody with Queen, for instance. Rocket Man with Elton John. And this one was no exception. Ma Rainey's Black Bottom for Ma Rainey. I wasn't looking forward to seeing this movie, but I've been so happy with what Netflix has been releasing lately that I was like, you know what, I'll just watch it and see what happens. I didn't make a video on this channel either involving Chadwick Boseman's passing. Obviously, it's an unfortunate thing. People remember him for Black Panther. He's good in Black Panther, don't get me wrong, but what he did with James Brown, you watch that James Brown biopic, I swear I thought I was watching James Brown. He was incredible in that. I didn't want to do a remembering Chadwick Boseman video, because I find those a little exploitive. I will only make that video if it's someone I really, really care for. If it's not, I rather just... You know why people make those videos, right? Because obviously when Chadwick Boseman dies, people on YouTube just write Chadwick Boseman, and you're hoping to get to the top of the crop, trying to get the clicks. I'm not like that. You can tell from this channel because I just reviewed Bad Santa, like who the fuck gives a shit about Bad Santa in 2020. But anyway, that's why I didn't want to do a Chadwick Boseman video. But obviously it's very unfortunate. So, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom tells the story of Ma Rainey, famous blues singer. And the whole movie takes place in one location as she's trying to record an album with her band, and a lot of shit ensues. Chadwick Boseman plays a trumpet player who's trying to do his own thing, kind of sticking out in the band. Ma Rainey has some conflicts with him. This actually isn't really a Ma Rainey movie, it's more of a Chadwick Boseman. He seems to be more the focus of the movie. He plays a trumpet artist called Levy. Did I like this movie? Look, this movie is getting great reviews. 99% on Rotten Tomatoes, 88% on Metacritic. I'm falling in the 1%. I'm in the 1%. I didn't really care for this movie all that much. There are some positives, but in my opinion, unfortunately, the negatives outweigh the positives. So, what did I like with this movie? Obviously, the look and feel of the movie is really cool. You have that, like, dirty blues feel to it. The performances are all really good. Viola Davis especially. She's probably gonna get nominated for something for an Oscar whenever that happens. She really makes herself ugly, and she's vile, and she's got that tooth grill. She's the OG trap artist. She had a tooth grill before anyone else had a tooth grill. She's the OG! No, but seriously, she was really good. Chadwick Boseman is really good as well. If you're looking for a biopic about Viola Davis's character, she's not the focus of the movie, in my opinion. It's more of Chadwick Boseman's movie. That's not a problem with the movie, it's just tailor your expectations because it's not her movie. That's all I can really say. It's stuff you'd come to expect with a quote-unquote Oscar bait movie. When you watch an Oscar bait movie, of course you expect the performances to be well. You expect the costume and makeup to be well. You expect the production design to be well done. So, what didn't I like about this movie? Kind of felt all over the place. Has a bunch of different themes involving black culture and being black in the 1920s. Brings those problems up, but doesn't really do anything and puts a unique spin on it. So, for instance, the one thing I did find interesting about this movie was actually a conflict that Ma had. She plays like this don't give a fuck woman. She has like some really hot girl follow her around, and she's just a very interesting character, but she really feels a lot of resentment towards white music producers. And I thought that was the most interesting part of the movie, because there is a lot of history involving how white music producers fucked over black people, and I never really saw a movie tackle that, and this movie seemed to be going into that direction and wanted to go in that direction, and judging by the ending of this film, that seemed to be the central conflict of the film, because at the end of the film, spoiler alert, I guess, at the end of the film, you see a white artist performing the songs that Chadwick Boseman wrote. So it kind of has this theme of whitewashing in the music industry, which is a very relevant topic in my opinion, and something that's not really addressed in these films. So I thought that would have been something unique. But that kind of loses focus. It could have been fleshed out more, and I feel like that's the problem with a lot of stuff that were brought up in this movie. It's just a lack of focus in general. Like, for instance, also, Chadwick Boseman brings up his backstory, and how he got fucked over in his childhood, and that doesn't really come into play. At the end of the movie as well, something really dramatic happens, and you really don't see it coming, and it doesn't really feel deserved. Pacing's kind of off. The whole movie takes place in one setting, which you'd think that would create a lot of conflict, but it doesn't really. And as soon as you think something is gonna go down, nothing really comes out of it. There's a part where Chadwick Boseman has sex with Ma's girlfriend, or whatever she was to Ma. And you'd think that would create a little drama within the band, but it doesn't really go anywhere. So you're like, why even have it in the movie? It was a steamy sex scene, though. Got to see Black Panther doing his thing. No, but for real, just a little all over the place, this movie. I didn't really get it. There wasn't that much music in the movie, which is weird, coming from a music biopic. I wish there was more music. I kind of like that style of music, that old, gritty blues, but not much of it in this movie. There's only, like, 2 musical numbers in this movie, one being at the very beginning. The movie is based on a play. It feels very play-like, not a lot of settings. Again, you'd think that would create a lot of conflict, but it doesn't really, so you kind of just get bored, you see the same things. Dare I say this movie's a little Oscar baity. It is a little Oscar baity, unfortunately. There's a scene where the guy is on the piano, and he's just like, we're the stew. And he starts like singing about stew and how white people are eating the stew and black people are the leftovers. And I can just picture some LA writer like, I don't know. It felt a lot Oscar baity. I didn't get this movie. I'm in the minority. I'm sure I am. 99% on Rotten Tomatoes. I'm sure I'm in the minority, but whatever. There's this really interesting moment in the film where Chadwick Boseman is like, I want to be like Viola Davis's character. I want white people to look up to me. I want them to have them at my shoe. I want them to kneel before me like they do for Viola Davis's character. And then another character says, that's not what's happening. They don't like her. They like her money. They like the money she brings. That's the conflict of the film. That's like the meat of the movie. But then the movie doesn't, it always goes on sidetracks and it goes all over the place. I wish it just focused on that and explored that a lot more and explored how Viola Davis's character felt about that. We don't really learn much about Viola Davis's character. They kind of play her out to be this mysterious figure, and you don't really learn much about her, which probably because historically we don't know much about this character. However, I wish they would have explored that conflict within Viola Davis's character. See how she became that tough, gritty personality. Instead, you get Chadwick Boseman's character doing his own thing, and a little bit of this and that, and he's cheating on her. It's like, I don't know. I'm probably gonna get a lot of hate for not liking this movie. It is what it is. Netflix, continue doing what you're doing. I love seeing a bunch of unique films. This one just didn't particularly hit with me. It is what it is.
Wonderful. We got that boy. Good session, Mom. We got our top winner. Yeah, you did.